All right, we are live. Welcome to METAVETS. We are here with our METAVETS sit rep. For those new to the language, sit rep being a military term of situation report. And today we're talking Braindom. You may have seen the post we put up on Twitter. So check out, obviously, the linked Twitter post. We actually have a collab and giveaway for some whitelists for Braindom NFT. We're going to talk a little bit about it. So on sit rep here, we're looking at kind of military style muster, right? Let's go ahead and inspect it. Who, what, where, when, why. And kind of talk a little bit about that. So that is the process. My name is VeteranDP. You can call me DP, Disabled Army Veteran, founder of Veterans Network Champions Club, here to talk NFTs and change it up a little bit. So this show is both for veterans, non-veterans, those interested in the NFT space. And I'm surrounded with amazing veterans as well who are here with me, which we call ourselves the METAVETS. So veterans in the metaverse, also rewinding, talking about the space. Been in NFTs for since last year, been in crypto since 2017, so been dabbling, supported other projects, been a part of the space a little bit, and now kind of just sharing this to hopefully help someone. So we find some value, tag someone, like the channel, and all the things that are required to be said, because that's the game we play. So bunch of vets having a conversation, and we'll kind of go from there. I'll kick it over to my brother to my left, my right. The screen always kind of confuses me. Yanasa, over to you. You are muted. Where's my your muted cup?
There we go. I got to start off right? But no, Yanasa 73 is my handle. Brian is my actual name. So don't get me confused as we get to talk.
Wait a second. I see a resemblance here. Come on. Let's wait a second. Wait a second. Did you have a black mustache back in the day?
A little coloring for men, and I'll be there.
Yes. Yes. But yeah, introduce yourself, my brother.
Yeah. So disabled Army vet, member of Veterans Network Champions Club as well. Just hanging out with my buds, my friends, my fellow METAVETS, and just glad to be here. Yeah, I've been in. I haven't been in crypto, but maybe going on a year now. So I'm still fairly new into it. So DP has been leading the charge as old schooler. NFTs, I might actually qualify as old school NFT just because it's been a few months. But yeah, no, it's been a fun ride. Good stuff.
Awesome. And then we're going to go ahead and take a ride down to the south to the man, the myth, the legend. You may have seen him in some discords. You may have seen him cruising. You definitely see him sweeping, but he's definitely not your janitor. He is Southern Heat Benti Uno.
What up? What up? Southern Heat 21. That's my Twitter Discord name. You'll see me in a lot of Discords. I bounce around. My real name's Gino. I'm a disabled veteran also, just like the fellows. I've been in the space, crypto, I think about 2 years. NFT space since August, I believe. Yes. So I guess consider old head in NFT NFT space.
Like there's dog years and there's NFT years, and if you talk about
Yeah,
days, that's months, and months is years. So, man, look, we got white hairs and gray hairs and stress.
right.
And last but not least, we have our fellow correspondent coming to us live from the metaverse, apparently, tuning in from Web3 fully developed. So from the future backwards, we have Rodimus in the house.
Oh, he's being a little bashful.
Hey,
I'm being bashful.
Oh, snap. Hey, I'm a robot, baby.
Hey,
Look at my robot wave.
Rodimus is in the future already and already living on his avatar.
Hey, y'all will never see me again. I will always be here. I will always be a robot. Hi, everybody. Rodimus JK here, reporting live from the metaverse. I am a robot, and you will treat me as such. I've been in the NFT space as long as them. The end. That's all I got.
And the robot is also a veteran.
It is. It is.
Hence the helmet. That's
Hence
the
the
helmet
helmet.
that he went to boot camp with, actually.
Right. Let me spin on them real quick.
Exactly.
Bring it on.
There you go. Zoom out and give him the robot dance arm real quick.
Oh, yeah, I want the full experience.
I think the people need the full experience before we dive in.
Hold on. Y'all ain't ready. Hit it.
Hold on. There it is.
All right. I'm done. Okay.
Alrighty, so something pretty cool happened. This is an idea that really was born. So those that are new to tuning in with us, it's interactive, it's live. So we are live doing this. So if you're able to see us where you're at, head on over to YouTube so you can be able to comment much better. It seems to be a better interface there. YouTube, it's the same handle, VeteranDP. So YouTube /VeteranDP will take you to our channel where you can see us and comment and interact with us there to be able to better speak and comment and so forth. So what you'll see is we'll ask questions. So in the comment section, whether or not you're live or in the replay, let us know if you're new to NFTs. Let us know if you serve. You're a veteran like us as well. If you're not, if you have family members, let us know as well. Feel free to comment. Again, we want to be able to have a conversation with you all, so it's not just us. We're just kind of having a conversation with ourselves here, and you're part of the family. If you're watching on the replay, we do check comments and reply back. So that's what's happening. In the description, you will see the link to Twitter. We have a tweet that we have with the information for the giveaway that's going on. So we have a whitelist that we are able to give away for Braindom, and we're going to talk about this highly acclaimed project that's all the buzz right now, and we happen to just have sneaked in there in pure military fashion. Literally low crawled in there, grabbed one, and then low crawled back out. And if somebody asks why we didn't run, it's because I got bad knees. So there's that part. Let's check out who we have. We got Joey in the house. Joey G is here with us, fellow veteran artist. You will see more of him. He's also a stand-up comedian, veteran, and artist. So if you get a chance, definitely check him out as well. We're going to highlight a lot of veterans that are doing things in the space. So more to follow, but this is the beginning step of this journey. So on this channel, you may see things for veterans, claims, benefits, all kinds of things. the foundation of all we talk about really is mental health, especially in this NFT space. We talk about days being months and months being years. There's a lot that goes on as disabled veterans dealing with mental health. I have a service dog. We try to break the stigma, have conversations, teach our fellow veterans, because we believe that when it's all said and done, veterans should have the ability to learn about these things. So today we were able to be given this amazing opportunity from Braindom. They reached out and said, hey, if we could do a review and talk about the project or whatnot. I reached out, they accepted, so we're able to raffle away a whitelist. So that's all happening on Twitter. And if you're watching this on a repeat, the link to this video is on Twitter as well. So no harm, no foul there to be able to kind of watch it again. So we got Joey in the house. Shout out to you. Thanks for being here with us. He gives us a little elbow bump. We got regular veteran here, all accounted for and present. We need to download a kind of like mustard military bugle horn, but all we have is the DJ horn right now, so that'll do too. Let's see, we got Glenn in the house. What's going on, my brother? Appreciate you being here, hanging out with us another day. Let's see. We have Joe saying, yes, sir. We got Dirt Diggler, disabled U.S. Marine Corps veteran. What is up, guys? Hurrah.
Shout out to the boots.
Shout out to the boots. You may see us have another sit rep coming. So there's many that we have lined up. You know, I dropped the link to one of the graphics that we had for them. So that's to follow. So stay tuned for that one. How did that get in there? So let's take a quick rundown of how these shows will kind of go. The biggest thing here is the who, what, when, where, why, right? So when it comes to NFTs, that's really the conversation we need to have. Other folks may kind of go further into details. Here it's kind of, let's break it down for the everyday person. So Braindom as a whole, it's all the talk. It's a huge program. We're gonna go check the website. We're gonna check out their Discord. Brian, you've actually have the game. I literally, when this NFT came on my radar, I asked the question. My kid's like, "Oh yeah, I have Braindom in my phone," and then I played the Brain games and so forth. So tell us a little bit about just before the NFT, kind of what your background and information is with that, because I think it really lends credibility to the journey of where they're doing it and how they're doing it.
Yeah, and I have to tell you, whenever we came across their project with Discord and NFT space, I did a double take, because it's like, what? this is looks like the same people that does the apps on the phone, and sure enough, it is. Now, yeah, so I'm one of these guys who I'm a gamer of sorts. You know, certainly not the professional league, but you know, I've got plenty of games on my phone to keep me busy whenever I need some distraction. And I particularly need these brain exercises, right? We all need some brain exercises, but hey, man, sometimes when you a little extra need is what comes in there. So yeah, I got the Braindom Braindom Who's Lying, and then there's the first one, Braindom game. Basically, they're just brain games to test you with, you know, you got 3 people up there, and it's asking you who's the father of this little baby, and it's got a picture, and you got a match. So it makes you think, and it's cool. So yeah, I love those things. Makes you feel like you're accomplishing something when you can advance the levels. But you know,
I'll tell you what, I felt completely lost in the sauce. So I'm playing the game and I'm going through it, right? And it shows like logos. And I'm like, they all look the same. And they're like, one is wrong. I'm like, they all look fine. My wife literally is next to me. She's like, the Twitter, the bird's wrong way. I'm like, what? Like, right. It's just little things like that where it's, again, it's not like a crazy like brain racking thing, but it's just simple things like, oh snap, wait a minute, the bird flies one way, not the other one, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah. So so you've played with different games. Literally, the minute we brought up the project, obviously the play on Brian being Brian, right? So Brian's NFT is like, oh snap, Brian got an NFT, and of course, for those that missed it in the beginning, there's a stark resemblance over here. I don't know about this, like. Did you have a black mustache not too long ago? So,
yeah, no, that's a pretty impressive mustache.
Yeah,
no, but you know, they're well established in the apps, in the games for phones. You know, Google.
Just a few million downloads. Come on, nothing crazy.
Just a few, like 100 million plus downloads. So, yeah, they're well established, and so they're very popular games, and so yeah, these very very cool. So you know that. They've proven themselves in a very difficult, very competitive environment in these Google stores, App Store, iOS, iTunes.
100
So,
million downloads. And now this
yeah.
is something. So full disclaimer, right? Southern Heat, myself, we have whitelist and Braindom. So already in that project, right? So this is not something like, oh, we're just talking about something random to hope to get something. I already got the
didn't get
whitelist,
it.
so we're in there. But I'm saying that to say that the whole purpose of this is to be able to say, hey, look, not only are we in this, but it looks very promising. It's checking off a lot of things. So looking at the who right now, right? There's a lot of things that really speak out to me, especially and I'm gonna ask you, Southern, about this because being in the crypto space and then the NFT space, one of the things that we've seen a lot is projects that have great potential, but the execution sucks. And again, I hold a lot of different NFTs, right? You'll see VeteranDP, Hape, all these other things that I have. And in all those discords, I see collaborations with Braindom. And that's something you don't see in many, many other projects. The way they're executing, the way they're collaborating, the way they're doing giveaways, it's all been pretty much top shelf, like the way you would execute a business. So to me, the way I see this is a project that is taking now a proven track record. Again, we're going to dive into it here, but 100 million downloads, right? Number one in the App Store. You have over 9 games as is, both Google Play and Apple. That's not something you just stumble on, right? So a lot of projects that I'm in, right? It's the promise of a thing that will become something. But when you have someone who's done something already coming into the space, we talked about this last summer. What happens now is now the big boys are coming, right? Folks have done this, and they're bringing not only the creativity professionally, but they're also bringing in that business acumen of delivering. Because in the real world, the way you create apps and deliver and give that user experience to where my kids know about it, we've seen it, you may have dabbled in it, is because you execute and you deliver. So now this move of what they're doing is very interesting because they're bringing not only the hype of what they have, but they can deliver because it's not just an anonymous person. Like, no, this is a full-blown business that has generated. And the way they're doing their roadmap, I'm telling you. But Southern, what's your thoughts on kind of the who they are as we start to jump into taking a look at them?
Okay. Like when I first found out, when I won the whitelist, I was like, well, let me look at this, and I'm like, wow, like, and I go deeper into it, and I see the Discord, and I'm seeing the activity. I'm like, wow. Check out the Google Play. After Brian said something about it, I'm looking like, wow. All right, they're into games. Okay, they're doing their thing. It's like 110 million. I can't remember. It's a lot of people downloading the game, but also the key is everybody always promises games, but the big thing is how long does it take to bring a game out in this space? And a lot of these projects, they use the money from the mint to start the process of the game. So it's probably a year or two down the line. It doesn't happen overnight. They're already done and proven this. They can do the game and they can do it big.
Look at that right there real quick. Just again, this is BraindomGames.com. And I just really want to bring attention to just this crazy number over here. Like, like literally, Brian, is pointing at the facts. And you can look at this because that's what we did, right? When it comes to how we look at NFTs, right? If you're ready to go play, right? What's it showing us here, right? If I click on the App Store, here's the information. Like, these are full-blown stats. You don't just get almost 100,000 ratings at 4.7, right? So it's got some downloads is obviously what we're looking at there, right? And this is just doing some due diligence, looking at stuff, look at Google Play, see what they're saying on this side. What do we have? 600,000, reviews here at that average rating. So, the numbers are the numbers, the facts are the facts. This is just looking at what they've done, right? So this is the who. Who are these folks? What is this company behind this? What is the Braindom brand? And as you can see, again, it's something that's just not a flyby idea. To your point, right? As far as like them actually being able to have executed it, right?
Right. And you get all these promises from other NFTs, but Braindom has done this and proven and has a track record. You can go look. Hey, we're looking at it right now. They can do a thing.
Number one top free app, number one world game category app on both stores, number one trivia, number one game puzzle, number 4 game in Google Play, number 5 game on the Apple Store. Like, these are just facts. And I think it's interesting because we're going to walk through this and show you what they've done. I really like how they laid out their roadmap because I think it's pretty cool. Rodimus, your thoughts on your side?
Yes, I am a robot. Yeah. So honestly, I think I was left out here. I didn't have the app. I did not know of them before. So it was really for me a pure. I looked at it from a pure NFT space, right? The Discord, the amount of people in there, the amount of people in Twitter, the amount of movement in the chat, the amount of people that click on announcements, right, or that react to things. And just from that standpoint, the project looked very good. And again, I've watched it grow. I've been in it, I think, since day one. Kind of just joined in since they've opened the Discord. Saw it kind of trending on Twitter before that. And it's cool, man, to watch it grow and to watch it does not stop. And again, there's things to look at with that, right? With seeing how much movement it is, it can be kind of hard to stand out. But I like that they have the fan art and stuff. They have a really good fan art section that we will kind of show through, hopefully too. Just a lot of people in the community are really showing up, and it's a great presence so far.
Yeah. Well, I mean, when you came in, I don't know if you remember top of your head what it was, and we'll actually jump right now over. But they're currently at 254,000 people on their Discord. So for those new to NFTs, we pretty much live between Twitter and Discord. Discord being this communication center where all things happen. So this is their Discord right now. So when I look at a new project, right, you verify who you are, you do all these things, and the first thing I always do is come on over to announcements, right? I want to see kind of what's going on and start working my way down that important tab. Every Discord is a little bit different, but here for this one, you can kind of get an idea. You can go all the way back to the beginning and see all the updates, but here you see the collabs they've had. This is actually one that I came in through. So Metasaurs had a raffle, and I was able to win that, and that's how I came, because I own a Metasaurs. So shout out to Metasaurs for that hookup and that partnership, which in turn led to the partnership today we have to be able to help somebody else as well. So that's actually pretty cool. So they are sharing information here. This is what's cool, and part of what we were talking about to the roadmap, right? So the roadmap becomes kind of what are they going to do? Here's some key information to the top left. You'll see some of the key details on the actual project. So you'll see users, 254K. You'll see how many game downloads, combined 100 plus, over 150 million downloads. Instagram, over 250K. The mint day is to be released, so they haven't announced that yet. The mint price, how much it will cost to buy this NFT, that's going to be announced as well soon, so that's not yet out. They've booted 89,000 bots. Again, in this space, there are people hacking and bots and all these different things, so they've got rid of fake bots trying to basically act as real people. And they have roughly 2,500 whitelists. And a whitelist basically means that right now they're going to, let's say, have a total of, let's say, 8 to 10,000 NFTs. Well, there's a lot of people in this Discord who want to get that, right? So think of like a Black Friday situation, right, where everybody's trying to buy a very limited amount of things. A whitelist pretty much guarantees that you're able to actually get that asset. So with a low supply and a high demand, right, you could kind of figure the economics of things. So there's going to be 2,500 people who are going to be guaranteed to be able to get a Braindom, and then the remaining supply, 6,000 or so, are going to be then public for sale in the public. So that's going to be a huge thing. But I think this here is the first point I wanted to hit on, to Gino's point and Roz's point. The roadmap they have is kind of cool. I'll zoom in for those so y'all can see it here a little bit better. Level 1, develop a top free puzzle game in Q4 2020, accomplished. Level 2, reach first place in the World Games, accomplished. Level 3, reach 100 million installs worldwide, Q3 2021, accomplished. And now they move on to level 4. And level 4, they have basically, they're going to be moving to create, like I said, 9,999 NFTs for the Braindom game. Main character being Brian. That's going to be execution of Q4 2021. So that's right now in progress. So they kind of announced what they were going to do, and then when they actually accomplish and finish it, that's the end of that. Then level 5, moving into a planned process here, implementation of benefit structure for Brian holders. So now they're bringing basically all they've done in downloads and games into the NFT space, bringing that gaming experience, all those ideas, having the ability to be a part of that. Now, this is the part I'm going to open up here for the crew to kind of talk on, but this is amazing. Now, we've seen projects like what are they going to do, what's the idea, and all these things, and this one is the part where we all kind of have to stop and say, wait a second, wait, what? So, post-sellout, once it sells out, Brian NFT holders will be able to mint a Brian Companion NFT for free. So now I have one, and I'm able to mint another Companion free one. So they're going to launch a Brian Companion NFT. Holding a Brian NFT and a Brian Companion NFT will have perks and rewards that they will announce in the future. And future literally being, in the coming months or so. All Brian NFT holders will have a pass to mint this at zero cost. So it's a free mint. Gas will probably be part of the process there. Gas being the fees you pay, transaction fees. Now, this is interesting. Passive income for all Brian NFT holders. Second market transactions. Again, minting means I now am going to buy it from Braindom directly. That first transaction is called a mint, right? You get it first. So I've minted this NFT, and now if I choose to sell it, because again, it's a market, it sells on a second market. Second market tends to be open seas. When that kind of sells, there are fees, transactions. Maybe you bought it for X amount, maybe the price went up, so you sell it for a profit, you have some gains. All these things are part of that. That being said and done, second market transaction royalties, there's 8% tied. So let's say, it goes, for argument's sake, $300, and now it's selling for $600. 8% of that transaction goes back to the company, right? Now consider the numbers of the downloads and all the things they've done. So there's already demand there. All those apps, they can easily, filter information about these new projects, inviting people in. So that's interesting and worthy to hold as information pieces. So now 8% of those royalties, they're saying that 50% of second market sales are going to be distributed to holders. The other 50% will be deposited into a Braindom fund, which will be dedicated to sweeping the floor price, further product improvements, and marketing campaigns. So literally half to the project and half to the holder. So you guys that hold it, you're going to be able to collect a royalty aspect from this for holding it. Again, a whole different thing that you don't see mechanism wise created. But again, they're able to do that because, again, where they came from. A new project without this financial foundation couldn't do those things. And then there's another part here. $50,000 reward to 10 special Brian holders. Gino, go ahead and claim that one time real quick for the people. Let them know that you're one of them.
Oh, yes.
There'll be 10 special Brian NFTs, which will keep you awesomely rewarded. If you get one of our special Brian NFTs, you will receive $1,000 in Ethereum a month for a 5-month period. Note, special Brian NFTs will be distributed randomly in both public and private, so both people who are whitelist and people who go buy it publicly, they'll be able to be part of that pool. Special Brian NFT awards will start to be distributed from the reveal day to all special Brian holders. So immediately you're benefiting from that. So there's a royalty piece, and then now there's this other piece here, right? Then NFT and gaming. We're already in the gaming industry, to Southern's point, and now we have 9 successful mobile games. We've been trending #1 in the game trivia category on the App and Google Store. As a gaming company running multiple successful games now, our plan is to build the NFT game ecosystem with a long-term vision. AKA, we've dominated this space, now we come to dominate this space. And I think that's kind of the framing for a conversation. We start looking, okay, is there a potential here as an investor or somebody kind of wanting to hold this as an asset to be able to grow? Again, once you join, you'll be able to see all this information on their Twitter, which we'll show you here shortly. But that's how you would navigate this. Come check the roadmap, come check the announcements, how to invite folks, jump into the community. Again, it's buzzing, it's great. You have people in here all the time talking. You'll definitely see us in some shape, fashion, or form. So literally you come in here, let's say we are live. And then you'll see that when you comment something, for example, it'll have the different colors. That just means if you're whitelisted or not. So I comment, we are live, and then somebody says, oh, good, and so people start commenting, you start going back and forth. Oh, look, Rodimus is in here. Oh, look, Giannis is in here. Oh, look, Rodimus is in here, tagging as well. So it's literally a live conversation with a lot of people. Folks are doing all kinds of different things. So I really like how they're doing it. Someone says, hey, welcome to the show. Hey, you know what I'm saying? So long story short, it's a great concept. I really like how that looks. Brian, back to you as far as now kind of framing, the game as you used it, seeing some of this here. What are some of the things that are exciting to you and interesting to you? Because from there now, that kind of gives us, again, the who, right? Now we know kind of what it is they're doing, right? So we've established who they are, we've established what they're doing, right? Which is basically you dominated here, you're dominating where, right? We're kind of showing you where they're doing that, right? So those mechanics are in there. The when part, obviously, we've already established that that's not something that they've established yet as to when it's going to be released, but being ready in the space is going to be the big part there. What are some of your thoughts there, Yunasa?
Yeah. So everything's going to the metaverse, right? So their big objective is to take their success from the app, all the 9 apps that they have, and develop a gaming, not only just a game, but a game. Sounds like a game framework, right? In the metaverse. And of course, everybody's going into the metaverse. People are buying land. People are building out structures. They're building other games and avatars, and so the metaverse is the brave new world. And the Braindom, they're going to. I think it's pretty exciting because they've established an incredible success in real life and in the apps that we play on our phones. So the metaverse, I have a very high confidence for their level of success in that space. I'm excited to look forward to that, and the fact that a lot of them tend to again be these brain type games. Hey, it's in the name, Braindom.
Mm-hmm.
So those are always fun, and not only are they fun, but they actually have some kind of a practical application to them as well. So yeah, that's going to be pretty exciting to see that develop in the metaverse and what that's going to look like.
Well,
Yep.
speaking of metaverse, Rodimus, you're already in the metaverse. What
I
is
am
your
here.
assessment of them as they enter into your space?
Yeah, I am here. I am here. First, a little bit of house cleaning too. Again, these are projects that we like. Right, as always, do your own research. Look into the stuff. Um, Figure out what you like or don't like about a project, right, and make informed decisions based on all the information that you can gather. With that being said, like just looking at it from those metaverse metrics, right? That I like to look at any project, right? It looks very. I'm laughing at Gino, laughing at me. But I like it, man. I honestly I like coming here. I'm still in here chatting now, even while we're doing this, popping in and out. And again, it's flowing, it's moving well, and it has a lot of signs of a good, healthy project, right? In recent weeks, projects have had a lot of issues with everything, right? And not having a good community can hurt that. Sometimes a project can bounce back from a contract messed up, or something happens, the server gets hacked, or somebody drops a bad link. If you have a strong community, you can bounce back, and they have a really good foundation. So I'm looking forward to seeing what happens.
Yeah. And again, for those that are watching again live on a replay, at the moment we are literally in Twitter, we're on YouTube and Facebook and some closed groups as well. So we're streaming to different places. So the chats, you might see them coming from different spots. We have one of our brothers here commenting saying hello. Let's see, we got Jay in the house saying what's up, good people. We got Dream Jock in the house saying hello, vets. I'm going to show here the Twitter in a second. So then, what are some of your thoughts, kind of putting it all together as far as what you feel? Again, being biased, we have the whitelist. We're obviously in a project, but looking at projects, just because you have the whitelist, sometimes doesn't mean you're going to actually go mint it, right? It just means hey, you have a reserved spot, but now it becomes the assessment period. Where are you?
All right, with me, shout out to 721. I'm gonna give him a shout out real quick.
Hey yo.
Club 721. Me, what I really like is the Discord is just active. It's always fluent. You can go through it and just I usually like in Discords this big, I usually just stick to slow chat. And if people that haven't really been in Discords, the main chat moving so fast. So I really like it's a lot of activity. But one thing I really like about Braindom is these collabs. And they're not giving a lot out, they're giving enough out. When I say like 1 through 5 or something like that, but they're bringing other projects in. And it's bringing other projects in, which is bringing in uh, people that didn't know about the project or that wanted to be a part of the project, but it gives them the opportunity to win a whitelist to get into this project. So I love they're doing a lot of collabs with a lot of blue chip projects, a lot of projects with potential. And the Discord is huge. So I would definitely say it's still some whitelist spots left. So if you want to try to get whitelist, go be active, go do some fan art, go tweet, interact with Twitter.
Go like and follow our page.
Like and follow, yes, like and follow us also. But just go be active. It's gonna be hard to be recognized, but hey, you know, do something that will catch somebody's eye in the Discord.
And a good catch right there to the fan art, right? Standing out, doing something. If you have the ability to catch someone's attention, you can see it here in the fan art channel. You know, folks are just kind of doing their own renditions of the characters. Some are being hand drawn, some are being pixelated. You see literally everything. I've seen everything. I've seen some folks that'll sit there and literally, you know, have videos and things they've created and just being creative to do something, right? So if you have a skill set, like, again, you know, go ahead and share it, right? So here's a dope video that was made. Hopefully it's appreciated. And there's mods and people who are going to look at it and say, okay, let's give this person a whitelist. They're invested in the community. Be genuine and be real, right? Not just sitting there spamming, you know, talking nonsense. One of the things I wanted to share here, which is pretty cool. Again, if you haven't checked them, you see on the Twitter post, follow us, follow them. You'll see on their Twitter page that they have obviously some of the more established partnerships in place and giveaways they're still doing. But I think this is a pretty cool video, so let's take a look at this bad boy.
Turn it up! Turn it up!
That's how you make an entrance if you make one at all. So again, go ahead and check them out. The links are in the description where you're watching this. You'll see our page as well at VeteranDP, the information that we have as well to be able entered into this raffle. So good information, good stuff. Overall, I have to double down on what was said when it comes to disclaimers.
Oh, think you muted yourself.
Yep.
Yep. Got too
there
excited.
you go. got too happy. Look at that.
Look at it.
But want to make sure that folks know, again, the housekeeping rules to hit again. One, this is not financial advice. Do your own research. That means take this information and then start doing some due diligence, come to your own conclusion to be able to do that. Not just because we're doing something, should you do something, because again, you know your situation. And another thing is do not invest into any of these things, whether crypto or NFTs or in life, more than you can afford to lose. Because anything can happen in any space. There is no such thing as a sure thing, but this is basically making informed decisions so you are aware of why you are in the project, why you think it makes sense to you. So this is information from just, you know, some vets that are in the space, sharing some of the things they've done with the time they've been in the space to hopefully make sure that someone else doesn't commit some of the same mistakes we've been in and has a better journey. But, you know, there'll be bumps and bruises along the way, but this is the formation of a new space, and it's exciting to talk about these things because it's for everyone. It doesn't matter if you're young, if you're old, if you're techie, if you're not, if you're a vet, it doesn't matter what your background is. The metaverse is for everyone. Web3 is for everyone. It's just we have to onboard folks wherever they're at. So that's what MetaVets NFT sit rep is all about. It's our situation report, right? We gave you the who, we gave you the what, we gave you the where, we gave you the when, the why. It makes sense why they're doing this, right? They've established themselves in the real world. Now they go to dominate here in the metaverse. So I'm hopeful. I'm excited. I'm following. Obviously, as we get closer to mint time, we'll come back and give an update kind of where we're at and post, you know, reveal, post information of kind of where we're at. So this journey is a continuous one as we do and as we talk about different projects. So for you all watching, hopefully this kind of gives you some information. If you have any questions for those that are live, we'll stick around here for about another 5 minutes. So this will kind of be the time hack that we'll try to stay within 30 to 40. Obviously, you know, being vets, we tend to kind of go a little long-winded sometimes, but But this is basically, a deep dive and kind of giving you our assessment of kind of where we're at with it. If you have questions, again, live, feel free to post them. If you're watching a replay and you have questions, you can post them as well. We'll go ahead and reply, but make sure you like this video. Make sure you go ahead and give it a like and subscribe. Turn on the bell so you see other things that we're going to be doing as we move forward. If you're part of a project that's interested in reaching out, collaborating with us, feel free to reach out as well. But that's basically the sit rep on Braindom.
All right.
We gotta come up with like a thing, like a Cisco and Ebert type of thing. You know what I mean? Like, oh.
I will be minty.
Wait, what you said?
I'm in there.
I'm gonna be minty.
There you go. There you go.
Brothers, two thumbs up. Yeah.
Did we talk about the money? What was it? How much was it? 10 people? Oh yeah, 'cause we said Southern Heat was gonna win.
Yeah. Yep.
Boy.
Yep.
Go ahead and claim that.
He claimed one of those special NFTs, so he'll be definitely one of the ones getting
Maybe
there.
this one. I've never got a special NFT. I think I've never had a rarity below.
This gonna be the one.
Maybe this one.
Yeah,
Maybe
Lucky
this
Make
one.
Luck over there has.
Oh yeah.
What?
Yeah, I'm glad you knew who we talking about.
Hey, look, I'll tell you about another that just came through here when we get off the live.
Oh,
Come on, cross your finger. Well, you can't cross your robot finger, so we're crossing them for Southern Heat to make sure he gets something there.
Oh,
I feel like
Yeah.
I'm looking at you like the Brady Bunch opening.
Yeah, I know. Hold on, let me look at this way.
Oh, heads up, everybody.
Oh, yeah.
Just be safe. Braindom will never DM you.
No.
They'll never reach out to you in the Discord mod.
Please say it again. That's a huge one. Say that again, please.
The mods or team will never DM you and reach out to you. Once we get closer to mint or mint day with all these projects, any project you're in, and it's just educational for NFTs, you will get DMs. If your DM is not closed, you will get DMs saying, hey, you can mint at such and such price.
Nope.
No.
Nope.
They will never DM you to mint.
Always a scam.
It's always a scam. Do not click random links. Do not just
Only
Yes.
the announcement. Only
Yes.
the official link. That's why they have these channels. Ththese are the only links that you should
use
click.
official links. Another thing, Collab Land join. I don't know if it's up recently, but if you haven't tried to, connect your MetaMask or whatever, you just random Collab Land join. Do not connect your wallet. If you haven't requested it or clicked on it, just ignore it. So
And,
pretty much,
and
just
we
be
won't
safe.
DM you
It's
either.
just
You will never get a
I've
DM
seen
from
so
us
many,
either.
right. I've seen so many people lose money just clicking on random links. Only use official links.
We're not DMing you. They're not DMing you. You're not special. You're not going to get the invite to do something beyond. To your question of when they're launching, that's they have it here pretty much as a to come soon. So all Discords are going to have this information here to the top left. So you'll see that. So the mint day, they will reveal that, and the mint price as well. Where you'll see that will be in the announcement tab. So literally in the announcement tabs is where you'll see any information. So you'll see here anything that's, big picture, anything that they're doing. This is actually something that Rodham's brought up earlier, which I think is pretty cool. So, you know what? Shout out to us for a second, because as you can see, lots of projects want to make partnerships, but they refuse 95%, and we only give priority to blue chips. And hey, they gave a few vets, a chance to go do something for our network and our viewers. So shout out to them for, not just being stuck behind an ivory wall, which many projects can do. So that's the reason why we want to just kind of get out here and talk about it very quickly, because those are the small things you don't see, right? You just see a big project with revenue, a lot of numbers. Again, there's 200,000 people here, over 254,000 people, and for them to, again, be able to see, hey, the request made sense and they wanted to collab and support, that means a lot, and that's why we wanted to share that. So to the question, join the Discord. The information is under Twitter. Again, Twitter, make sure it's a verified one. We've linked it. Go there, add yourself to the Discord, join, and then have the notification on. Turn off DMs from anybody, because, again, they're not going to DM you. And when they make an announcement for updates on the mint date and price, that will be available there. But all the pertinent information that you'll see will be here on the announcement tab.
And just a quick note, this information is probably a little more fresh than even what's on the website. if you go to the top where they have that metadata about the mint price, mint day, if you keep scroll over, you'll see that, scroll up a little bit more all the way to the top, you'll see that it says that they have 150 million plus downloads. I think it's even a little further up, but
Right.
yeah, there it is. 150 million. So their website says 100 plus, 150 million. I mean, just what's an extra 50 million?
Right, right. Which again, if they're able to replicate some of that in this space and resales and transactions and building a community, what does that look like for the holders and revenue and so forth? So hopefully that answers your question, brother. I want that whitelist. I will be minting. I'm telling you, man, we are in it. And again, even if you don't make it to the whitelist, then there's always a second market. There's many ways to kind of get there, right? So if you can get up on the front end, great. If you catch on the back end, as far as secondary market, the point is, if you believe in the project, jump in it. But I think that's all the questions that we have. So you have a 30-second countdown until we go ahead and pretty much start shutting it down. But closing thoughts, again, be safe. That's the biggest thing I would say on my behalf. Be safe. Don't click on links. Any kind of like, oh, you got a special secret stealth mint. It's all fake. Not real. If it's not in the announcement, it's not going to happen. Because, again, 200,000 people, 100,000 people, 30,000 people, why would you get a random offer? People get scammed all the time. Never give anyone your seed phrases or the details beyond your public address. Do not do those things. It happens all the time. We'll create another video to talk about safety, security, and things like that. And above all, every single day, there's a train leaving or a space shuttle leaving to Moontown. You miss one project, don't lose hope. There's another project. Every single day a new project comes out. Every single day there's something minting. Don't come down on yourself. Don't get depressed. We've seen people say things and kind of go into deep depressions because they miss an opportunity, and it's literally opportunities everywhere. So just kind of look at, zoom out and don't get consumed if one opportunity is missed, because you never know when an entry point may present itself. So some closing thoughts for you, brother.
Well, we actually got another question. I don't know if you want to address
Yeah.
it, but just to echo, to be safe, check out the Discord. Listen, people can spend all day and grind. So if you hear the grind, that just means people are in there and they're constantly just commenting and they're reacting and playing games, and there's a lot of activity. You literally could just stay in that Discord all day long. Okay,
Yeah.
so most of us don't have that luxury to do nothing else but grind. But just go in the Discord, check out the community, say hi, check out the other channels about the information that they're sharing and announcements. And hey, you know what? Whitelists come through giveaways, they come through other means. So there are other opportunities to look for that. And that's not just unique to Braindom. That's a pretty common NFT project add-on, I guess, or of opportunities to get into the project. So just check it out. You don't have to spend all day in there.
Yep. One question that came up: are there any concerns being labeled as unregistered security by the SEC and royalties? So this whole space is kind of coming together. This is something we can definitely talk on more on a separate deep dive there. But what I will say is I don't necessarily have a concern, because you can start getting into DAOs, you start getting into value and how they're able to set those things up. Not so much a skirting situation, but more so it's a whole new space. And a company that's registered and operates at the level they operate, I'm pretty sure they've already kind of looked at all the legalities. So what we've read is just kind of the soft launch. The details of how they'll execute those things are yet to be seen, right? So when they start to roll out that plan, then you may see some things that might go into KYC or other options of how that works. So DAOs might be enabled or other aspects and metrics and mechanisms. But again, a company that's operating at the level they're operating in, they're not going to put themselves in jeopardy to violate something when they have a full-blown company actually in the real world market, producing and generating revenue at the level they do, right? So a lot of these companies that are coming into the space, when they start to say these things, right, there's a plan in place of how they do that. Obviously legislation and things are being put in place to be able to look at how those things will be executed and handled as well. So it falls in a unique category. So I'm very interested to see how that plays itself out as well. The due diligence on our side of the house becomes you know, obviously doing our homework and being able to be on the up and up of, you know, how we traverse all this. So by next fall, there'll be a completely different landscape in this space for sure. That being said and done, over to you, Southern, for your closing thoughts.
And I lost my train of thought. I forgot.
You still think about minting? That's what it is.
But I will be minting the project. I love it. The activity and the Discord and everything. So what I wanted to talk about was grinding. So people that you can't look at it like grinding. Go in there and just have a conversation, hold a conversation, and time will go by. If don't go in there just spamming stuff, but if you're actually sitting there, and that's why I say go to slow chat. Go to slow chat where you can actually read and sit back and kind of relax. Do it on a day when you ain't got really much to do. Sitting there, hold a conversation. There's some good people in the NFT space, and you get it in this Discord. I go into a lot of Discords every day, and some are, as we can say, trash. But this is a good Discord. Just go in there and have a conversation, get to meet some people, and from all over the world. And it won't be a grind if you do it that way.
Right. And to Southern's point, if you look here, you'll see like the slow chat obviously moves a whole lot slower. So let's say if I were to, you know, type something, let's just go ahead and put some praying hands, for example, right? There's a 10-second cooldown, so it's a little bit slower. It's not going to be as rapid fire as the other channels, for example. So that's just one example where some of these servers, they tend to be really fast paced with folks just kind of going, things may happen or announcements may happen, and it's hard to keep up. So slow chat is definitely an option for sure. So definitely just wanted to just kind of show you all what that looks like. We're here again. It's not like the other one when I said hello and it was just like brrr, and there you see on the bottom, of course, the crew. So if you see us on Discord, say what's up. That's basically our handles. You see our stuff there. VeteranDP. You see Yanasa in there as well. See Rodimus. You'll see Southern Heat. You know, we're cruising. We'll kind of jump and cruise, Discord cruise, which is kind of what I always say. Because as you can see on the left, there are many folders because you need some organization, and that'll be another class for another day. So literally all my folders have a specific name, things I'm watching, things that are whitelisted. So there's hundreds.
How to organize 100 servers.
That part, that's a whole nother live onto itself. Rodimus, from the metaverse, some of your closing thoughts.
Yeah, this is me now. I'm a robot. I will never be on camera again. This is amazing. I will get better and better avatars, but you guys will never see me again. Special occasions. Yes, VeteranDP does have his own Discord server.
We just haven't opened it to the public yet.
Yeah, we haven't opened it to the public yet, but we do have our METAVETS.
Yeah, we're using it on the back end for our own team. So to caveat to that, it's coming, but what I would say, I think, is we're actually just kind of really getting in a groove of how we do what we do, right? So we have our own like whitelist channel, our alpha channel. It's just us on the back end testing our flow. So as we bring other people in, there's already a flow of how we do things. Because the biggest thing with us, I would say, is we're not necessarily tied to one project, right? I like to kind of talk about various different things, so it's a different take on kind of what my passion and goal here is, which is not tied to one thing, right? Not like, hey, I'm trying to sell you my NFT. That's not my goal, right? It's more about education. You know, I have no ties to anything itself. I'm just sharing my thoughts here. But yes, there is one, and Rodimus will be definitely the supreme metaverse chief in that Discord.
Yeah, that's right. That's 100% facts. So, but yeah, just again, man, just what everybody else says. We do this just really to keep people safe, man. You'll see us probably most active during mint time. Is usually when we are most active in Discords, answering questions and helping people out, because you want to see, you know, projects succeed, and you don't want to see people get scammed, and it's very easy in this space. So please be careful. Don't trust any links. Nobody will ever email you. We will never email you. Nobody important, way more important than us, will email you. So it's fake. So just be careful. That's
yep.
All. Yeah, robot
so robot out. So thank you all again for tuning in. Thanks for hanging out with us. Stay tuned for the next one. Again, follow, subscribe, like, Follow on Twitter. The information for the giveaway will be there. That'll be up for about 48, 72 hours or so to make sure folks can see it. And then we'll go ahead and share updates on who actually won. So that is all that we have for now. And in typical fashion, we will go ahead and get ready to boogie up on out of here. So until the next time.
All right, guys.
Have a good one. Oh, look at the robot dance on.
Getting his energy on.
Give them the robot dance. The people need it.
People want it.
The people want it, and they need some good spirits.
Where the people came to play. Don't let them transform you.
Hey, hey, hey.